Ahoy and welcome. This is Admiral, here with a brief video and a bit of esoteric information that's somewhat similar to what I found in these two videos here. If you've seen either of these, you might guess that this is about unexpected behavior that relates to converting units from other civilizations. And you'd be right, although this takes a different pathway than the transformation mechanic, and only works for one civilization, the Vikings. Now, remember that the baseline behavior of converting an enemy unit is that, apart from switching over to your control, absolutely nothing about the unit changes. Its attributes and stats are frozen with whatever civilization bonuses and technologies, including unique technologies, applied at the moment of conversion. Which is great if you, as Aztecs, convert a Lithuanian knight with +6 attack and benefiting from cavalry techs you don't get, as you get to keep those stat advantages, and your convert isn't downgraded to an Aztec knight. But it's not so great if you convert an elite Huskarl as Vikings, as your proselyte won't be upgraded to a Viking Huskarl, missing out on the Viking hit point bonus, your access to the last armor technology, and the anti-cavalry bonus damage from your chieftain's technology. It's the same case even for unusual or hidden unit attributes, such as regeneration or bonus damage resistance. You won't lose them if you convert a unit that has them, but a civilization that has that ability won't gain it for converted enemies that didn't have it already. A war elephant converted by the Sicilians won't gain resistance to bonus damage, and a Thericidai converted by Bengalis won't gain regeneration. Back to the Huskarl example though, there is something I left out. While there are no stat gains to be had, there is another type of ill-gotten gain that applies once you research your chieftain's unique technology. Your converted Huskarl gains the ability to participate in the practice of plunder and piracy, and thus become a true Viking. So there's no reason not to take him along on your voyage to Lindisfarne. As a reminder, this plunder ability rewards you with gold from villagers, and especially monks and trade carts, slain by your infantry, and is different from the Keshik's ability of slowly generating gold as it attacks units. Obviously there's a limit to the practicality of this practice, but I like that it applies to any infantry you convert, including those that are better at raiding than your own pikemen, champions, or even berserkers. Meaning that converted woad raiders can now more fully live up to their name. Or you can recruit a squad of gillmen, eagle warriors, or even powerful but ponderous Teutonic knights to forcibly fundraise among your enemies.
Have you ever seen anything as shiny as pure gold?
This even applies to ranged infantry units, making converted chakrams, throwing axemen, and especially guerreros able to cash in on their range and collect plunder from a safe distance. The reason that the plunder attribute can be transferred to your converts where others cannot is that it's not technically an attribute at all. Rather, the game considers it as a resource, meaning that it's tied to the civilization and not the unit. Other examples of resources are those affected by the non-stat improving monastery technologies: heresy, atonement, redemption, illumination, and conversion resistance affected by devotion, faith, the Teuton team bonus, and the First Crusade technology. Although most other relevant characteristics or abilities of units are attributes rather than resources, meaning they can't be transferred to converted units, with the exception of the units I've showcased in these videos. The other side of this coin is that a non-Viking player converting a berserker or other Viking infantry with chieftains won't be able to avail themselves of the plunder mechanic, since their civilization doesn't have the ability, or rather resource, for their infantry. Meaning that while the convert will retain his Viking strength, he will renounce his pagan ways of plundering gold from hapless civilians. That's all for today though. I hope you found it interesting. Like, subscribe, and all that. Till next time.
Til bardaga!